look, guys, we're reacting to exposing the truth behind why Jake Paul's leaving California. I didn't even know the dude left California. I heard something about like Team 10 splitting up, but I don't watch Jake Paul, Logan Paul, like any of that, so I don't know. So I guess this is the last reaction video of the year, because I did not expect him to upload this. Like, he uploaded a little while ago, 14-minute video, probably 10-ish minutes ago, yeah, 5-ish, 10-ish.
He announced that he's selling his Calabasas mansion in LA to go move somewhere else. He frames a lot of his reasons as he wants to start the next phase of his journey. He wants to bring everyone with him on the next chapter of his life. He talks about that he's been spending a lot of time training in Nevada, that he has not spent much time in his LA home, and that he really isn't subscribing to the LA party lifestyle anymore. And he just wants to focus and level up his career. Now, all of these are perfectly valid reasons for wanting to leave Los Angeles. However, he's ignored the biggest elephant in the room that we're going to unpack today, and that's taxes. Now, to the untrained viewer, you might be thinking, wow, okay, taxes are boring and confusing. I don't really care. But guys, I'm going to break it down for you so you can understand that Jake Paul just moving from one state to another could potentially earn this dude millions of dollars in savings, as well as it just being an insanely smart business.
So LA's not what it's cracked up to be, right? Especially with all just California in general, with the wildfires
in the United States, and probably one of the highest tax places in the world. The California state income tax is a whopping 13.3%. Add that on to the 37% federal tax. So somebody in the highest tax bracket in California is paying over 50% of their money to taxes. Jake Paul. Sorry, I had a little tickle there. In other words, for every $1 million
I don't think I'm gonna upload this right away to like after midnight, because it won't be my last video.
$500,000 to the IRS,
so wait, like 11:30. Right on.
Now, for being technical, not all of his earnings are getting taxed at this rate. It is on a sliding scale, and the IRS makes it incredibly difficult, complicated, and confusing. They have all these charts and breakdowns. If you're single,
I guess it's not that last reaction. It's first reaction video of 2021. You know, technically, video came out 2020, December 31st. I don't understand why you upload so late.
Big of a tax savings this is. So anything past $500,000 that Jake earns on a federal level will get taxed at a 37% rate, and anything over $1 million that Jake Paul earns will be taxed at
by
that
the time the video goes up anyways, it'll probably be midnight. The way it's literally technically 11:30, it's still 12 minutes, so it'll go to like quarter to 12 by the time it's all uploading. I have it public for you guys, it'd be midnight anyway, so.
And just know that this changes every single year. This is why most people leave it to an accountant or some kind of software on their computer to figure out. And all of these brackets are really depending on who's in charge. And guys, our president will now be Joe Biden, which as a Democrat, he could potentially be taxing the higher net worth individuals more so, which Jake Paul would once again fall under that.
I still don't accept him as my president. I'm sorry guys, if you're a Biden fan, that's you. For me, I just can't accept it. Hopefully Trump runs again next term and he wins. Because we're probably going to need it with Biden in terms. It's going to ruin our country. No offense to anyone who's a fan of Biden, but let's be honest. Look what Obama has done. He was a Democrat. I'm not saying old Democrats are bad, but come on. Look at the past, guys. Like, you gotta treat your best for your country, not who you like. If you go by who you like and who you don't like, you're gonna... That's not how life works. And the sooner you guys realize that, the better. Because when you do that, choose who you like over who you don't like, and who can do better, you're the one who looks stupid at the end of the day. So.
Months at a time in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is in Nevada.
I'm a proud Republican.
Nevada is a tax-free state. And it's certainly not uncommon for Californians to go out to the desert or make a road trip to Vegas. Potentially having their primary residence in Vegas could save millions of dollars. Another painful tax issue that Jake does not bring up in this video, but I do believe is a lot of the reasons for the move, is for a California mansion on some acreage, you're going to be paying a huge amount of cash in property taxes every year. For that home specifically, we're looking at $80,000 a year just in property taxes. That is not including the mortgage. That's not including any utilities. This is 80 grand no matter what, just going to the state government. So Jake, just in order to maintain that home, that property, is going to need to make sure he has $80,000 in the bank, or at least his job is earning over $80,000 a year just to cover that. This is an insane amount of pressure to continuously perform and earn money. Now, Jake, just by moving to, say, Nevada, he could be paying a quarter
Is Logan
of the
still in
property
California?
taxes.
Okay, guys, I don't watch the Paul Brothers, not a fan. But I'm just curious now. I did not know. Like, I heard about Team 10 splitting up. I don't know how long ago that happened. But again, I don't keep up with that shit. Cause, you know, something I'm interested in, so I don't know. I mean, it sucks, I guess, that they split up. I don't know the circumstances behind it, so. But if you guys were a fan of Team 10, sorry for you that they split up. I mean, if you want to tell me why, you could. You don't have to, like, doesn't matter. Kind of curious, but if you want to, you could.
Backdrop and identity for Jake and his channel and his team. It has allowed the ability for Jake to collab with so many other YouTubers, to collab with many other artists, and really has provided a lot of traditional career opportunities. And it's just beautiful weather and the parties and the women. He has created and inspired so many to want to move out to LA, and has continued the LA Hollywood narrative and dream. It's really been an anchor for the channel, and I can see why it'd be such a hard transition for Jake to make. However, we have to look at the facts. The 7 billion views that Jake has amassed on his YouTube channel, predominantly in Los Angeles, that 7 billion views equals $7 million on the low end.
Damn.
It could be upwards of $20, $30 million on the high end. And it all depends on ad rates, not even factoring in brand deals, sponsorships, merch. I mean, Jake's been a very busy dude. So let's just say he's made $10 million to be easy. That means for that $10 million he's earned on YouTube while in LA, he's owed $5 million to the IRS. Had he accrued that 7 billion views, that $10 million, in, say, Nevada once again, he would be saving $1.3 million. If he had earned $20 million, he'd be saving $2.6 million. Just for living a few hours away in another state, Jake would have saved millions of dollars. Granted, he wouldn't have all the things we named, the opportunities, the collabs, so that is the cost of LA. Not to mention the cost of living just with that price of the house and the property taxes. So I believe the timing could not be more perfect.
Though. Yes, you can have that opportunity, but you can have that in any state. Like for music, for example, Nashville's another good place. Like for music, I feel like New York's another good place. Like it's not as good as but that's what I would want to work from, you know. I would like want to move to New York because you get opportunities in New York too. You know, people don't realize that. Like they think California.
They were not in the. Apparently, there was a third boxer in the ring with them. These guys in suits trying to take all Jake's money, and they just punched it out like a.
I just looked behind the camera when you were there. Like Slender Man.
Effort, marketed, distributed this massive fight, put his body and mind on the line, and for whatever reason,
hey guys, that's part.
Half of his money. I don't know what they did with it. That's the world we're living in. Turns out, Jake just moved a few hours.
But you know, yeah, I think people get this crazy idea that, you know, LA, if you want to make it big, like acting and stuff, you need LA. But that's not true. There's so many celebrities that live all over the world. Eminem, I know he's just a musician. He lives in, I believe, Michigan, Rochester, Michigan. As far as last I knew. I don't know if he has moved since then, but like a couple years ago. I knew, but yeah, they live all over the globe, you know, different states. Like, not everyone's out of LA or California.
Guys, we're not talking about anything wrong here.
You know, I get it. That's what people think, like, if you want to make it big, acting and shit. You know, yes, you know, but you don't have to live right in LA. You can live in a surrounding state, Nevada, Washington. That's why. Next to California, you know, might be a little bit of a drive, but hey.
And guess what? People are doing that. That's why Elon Musk or Joe Rogan, all these businesses are moving to Texas, Nevada, Tennessee.
Texas had like 1 million corona cases. Like, remember hearing that like a month or two ago? Why would people go to Texas like right now with all the corona cases high? And they haven't looked at numbers in a while for corona, but last time I checked, which was again was like a month and a half ago, 2 months. There's like 1 million cases there.
Vegas is a pretty good spot for anybody in the fighting arenas. So Jake can come to LA, stay and visit for a little bit, you know, have his beautiful desert location. And as he said in his video, he was training in Nevada for months, so it doesn't get any more perfect. Not to mention, we're in a seller's market right now. So in real estate, there's really not much inventory. In other words, there's no houses for sale in the market. So Jake putting his Calabasas home up for sale, which originally was $7 million in 2017, with the amount the home values have appreciated, especially in LA, that home could be worth $9 million, $10 million. So Jake's got the perfect window here. He sells his house, makes a few $1 million in profit. He can then go to Nevada and buy a house so Jake could come to Nevada, have more spending power, get a home of similar value, if not better, gets more land, better scenery, has more space for projects, for YouTube videos. He can have fun, do whatever he wants. He can be the big fish in the small pond. He's going to save immensely in property taxes. He's going to save a tremendous amount of money in income taxes. And he can then use that money to fund other projects, invest it in the market, make more gains on that, buy more houses in no state income tax states, and the thing just keeps feeding himself. The man will save millions of dollars for the remainder of his career. Well done, bro. It's a brilliant move. It really is. Now, this is not the first YouTuber to all of a sudden leave a high income tax state. We had Graham Stephan also leave California. We had Jake Paul. We have Jesse Ridgway leaving. Well, that's right. Me. I left the California of the East Coast, New Jersey, which is boasting like a 10.75% state income tax. I literally, all I had to do was
guess
move,
New York.
like, hour away in
New York
Pennsylvania.
has
It's
to be
only
more
3%
than
state income tax.
I don't know.
I save 7%
You just think that because New York's such a
every
big
single
city
year now.
and
That's like the gains of the stock market right there. And what I'm failing to mention is that 7% I save in a year, I could then
honestly, I don't care about that shit right now. Like, I'm not, you know, close to even. If I bought a house, I want to do with my best friend.
I'm technically saving,
you know, Leanne, me and Leanne got a house together. Like, she has a BF, so the BF too. I can get BF, we can all, like, live together. It'd be cool. Nice size house, like, even where I lived, it had, like, different areas, nice houses, you know, big houses. So I can probably find something nice. Except, I even thought about New York. Because New York, you know, have good opportunity, even though it's only, like, an hour drive from where I am, so I can still stay here. Even where I live too, taxes are so.
There is no reason to be
maybe
in
I
a
could,
congested
I
city
would move
like
to
New York
PA
or
just because, you know, I do kind of ties there in a sense, family ties. Like, my grandmother grew up there, I have, like, my great-grandmother's buried there somewhere, I don't know exactly, so I've been wanting to go there, so that could be a possibility for me. And guys, no, not just say because Jesse, but I do actually have, like, family ties there, so it's connected to it, even though I've never been there.
No point to living in a big, expensive
and I think it's only not that long of a drive from where I live now, so, like, my state, so.
50 acres, where you could have maximum control, where you could be the
I
king
don't know.
of your own city.
I'm not worried about that right now until I start
and
practicing.
save millions of dollars. It's a no-brainer, guys. We're going to see more and more people move away from the cities, move more to the suburbs, rural areas, buying nice plots of land, and starting to build economies of places that aren't already so saturated and draining the money from you. And for any YouTubers watching this video or people looking to save money, I would encourage you to look into moving out of those states. And maybe it would cause these states to change how much they're taxing. Because things might even get more tax crazy once the Biden administration comes in and the economy has to somehow make money. We're going to be getting taxed more. Get out while you can. Now, it's easier said than done. It may be hard to relocate. Maybe you have connections. I mean, Jake's got his family members. He's got all these opportunities with TV and film out there. And he's called that place his home for a few years. So I know it's not an easy change. However, if you're looking to level up your business, if you're looking for a change of scenery, it's never been a better time.
You know, I grew up here, like this house I grew up here since I was 1 1/2, pretty much my whole life. So.
With McGregor, and this dude nets a bag of $10-20 million, and he knows that's coming down the pipeline just by living in one state over. He could potentially save himself $2.6 million, assuming a $20 million return on the fight. That will have paid off the new house.
What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts.
Jake ain't no dummy, and I hope you guys watching Ain't No Dummy and
you
learn
guys
something
want to,
about
like,
taxes.
Kelly Rice this video, so, like, do not ask me if Jesse uploading, like,
Now
not
is
me.
actually a pretty ideal time because I don't think the pandemic's going anywhere, and we're continuously, our dollars are going to be losing value, and it's going to be harder and harder to find homes outside of the big cities because the inventory's just drying up. People aren't selling their houses. So guys,
you know, because you have to have, like, moving companies help with furniture and stuff, so constantly people in your house and just touching your stuff. I mean, it's math, I get, but still, I don't know. And with renter too, you don't want to move in renter. That's the worst time. Same way when you're bringing stuff in, you know, in and out, bringing stuff in your house from out, so you're constantly in and out, boxes and shit, like. Spring, I would say spring, because summer is nice too, but you know when it's super hot, you really, like, drenched with sweat, you know.
Well done, Jake.
Especially with, like, the bees and shit, like.
That'd be nice.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm telling you. I would say best time to move springtime, maybe even fall, because when it gets cooler in fall, like when it's not super cold, like when it's in 60s or whatever. That would be my advice. Move in, like, the spring. maybe even fall, depending. Summer you could, if you don't mind, like the heat. Winter I wouldn't, because the cold and shit like that. Like, it's just not a good time. But I mean, of course, that's up to you. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I don't know much about the tech side of things, but I mean, give me a smart move, especially, you know, not just that, but with the wildfires in California and just, you know, big cities like that. It's just, I don't know. I want to move to New York, because I feel like New York is mostly like calm, like nothing too crazy about New York, like, you know, seems like, you know, it's just a big city, but you never really hear much about New York, like anything crazy bad happening, you know. And there's so many cool things. There's Central Park, there's, you know, Yankee Stadium, there's Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building. Like, there's so many cool things too in New York. And yes, there are opportunities for Broadway. That's in New York. You know, you can get opportunities in New York. There's shows that film in New York, Law and Order SVU, Blue Bloods. You know, like the New York-based shows out there. So you can get opportunities in the acting world, directing world. You know, I'm sure there's opportunities for modeling. Like, that's why I would want to try and get an opportunity in the modeling industry. Like, I once started for Instagram model and then moved my way up. That's why I'm trying to grow my YouTube, because once I get a good spot on YouTube and start making money, I can focus on those other stuff I want to do. But I'm trying to grow on here first. So, guys, please subscribe to help me grow, because this is my dream and I want it so bad. And I just don't know what I can do to help push it along. Like, I feel like I work so hard. I try to make entertaining videos. I just don't know what to do. I need you guys' help. We're like halfway there. Just about halfway there to getting to where we need. Once I get to 1,000 subs and I can start getting paid a little bit, we can start doing more so I can continue to grow. I want to play bunch where I'll be able to work with other YouTubers like Jesse, Lance, Kid Be On Camera. You know, go to like New York and do fun things. Like, so many opportunities and things that I want to do, and I need you guys' help to make it happen. So please subscribe, shout me out on your channels. I love you guys so much. Jacob, thank you for shouting me out on your channel. I appreciate that. Follow me on my social file comments. Subscribe to Josh. Subscribe to #JGP. Subscribe to _Juggy. I love you guys so much, my randomers. You're the best. And Happy New Year's. By the time you see this, it'll be New Year's Day. So Happy New Year's. You guys are the best. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. I don't know what that was.